Okay, so let's get started. We are just on time. The recording is on. So welcome everyone. Welcome to Motoko Bootcamp. So Motoko Bootcamp is the first and only bootcamp to get started into the Motoko world. So Motoko, which is the programming language for the IC. We have been running Motoko Bootcamp for almost 2 years now. So Motoko Bootcamp started as a community event which we decided to do. We received a grant from Definity Foundation. We run that. I didn't have any experience running a bootcamp. I just shared my experience building with Motoko because I had been a Motoko developer for already 1 year at the time we started the first bootcamp. And now I'm doing bootcamps every month. I really like it. I've been meeting a lot of people from the ICP community. So we had bootcamps in Porto, in Madrid, also in Lisbon. So mainly in Europe, but I'm looking forward to have more bootcamps around the world. And of course, we also do the bootcamp online, which is the primary way to reach out to all of you because you are all scattered around the world, which is super cool, but also super challenging. So welcome. I hope you will like it. And let's talk about the goal for this week. So this is what you need to reach out for. This is the graduation, the Motoko Bootcamp diploma. So this is the 2023 edition, but there will be a 2024 edition for you. So if you complete the bootcamp, if you complete the projects that you need to build, you will receive this certificate, which we are currently developing. So the team is working on it. It's going to be on-chain, and it's actually the first on-chain diploma that is totally built on the internet computer. So what does it mean? Well, it means that all applications on the IC and even outside of that in Web3 will be able to integrate with our infrastructure and so give you access to maybe special channels, special airdrops, special features, and so on. So this is something to take seriously. It's, of course, it's not Harvard yet, but it's the first diploma that certificates developer on the internet computer. How do you get it? How do you get it? How do you get there? Well, you have to reach your goal number one. So the goal number one is to complete the DAO adventure. The DAO adventure is the name of the course that you will take this week. So as you might have noticed, the course is self-paced. So you would be able to do it at any point, anytime, you know. This week we are doing a bootcamp. And so the bootcamp essentially is an addition to the course. So you have the course, the material, but you also have access to my time. You have access to my mentorship. You have access to guest speakers. So people from the ICP community will join and talk this week, present their project. You have access to team session, collaborative session. But the number one goal is still to complete the course and to build your DAO. And for that, I will show you in more details what exactly the DAO adventure is and how you can take it. But that's goal number one. Goal number two is to collaborate on your team project. So you will be split it into teams and each team will have a project to build. It won't involve any coding. It's going to be only brainstorming and essentially sharing ideas about what to build and what kind of projects we could build together. This is secondary. This is why it's goal number two. Well, it's goal number two, so it's not a requirement to graduate, but it's very important. And I will talk a bit more about that when we go during the team sessions. So you have one project on your own and one project with your team. And then, of course, have fun, learn. Even if you don't graduate this week, any learning that you have this week is going to be valuable for you for the rest of your life. So just have fun and be serious, but yeah, have fun. So the DAO adventure is this course. This course is divided into 3 phases. So that's a lot of terms that you need to remember, but don't worry, everything is written out so you can watch this presentation later if you don't remember. The first part is the initiation. Probably some of you have actually already completed the initiation. The initiation can be done on the website. If you've joined me during a workshop, this is also something that we've done together. Essentially, it consists on deploying your first application. So it's a test to see if you have the skills to deploy your first application in Motoko. It takes 1 or 2 hours, depending on your level. And then once you have completed your initiation, you can pass to the training and the graduation. training, it's gonna be the primary phase for this week. From Monday until Friday, we will be working on the training. The training is 5 days, and we will build 5 small projects, but guided projects in Motoko. So essentially, you will have a guide that explains the project you have to build, and this project is corrected. So you could take a look at the correction, you could just copy the correction, but of course, the goal is for you to train and to essentially try to do it on your own. And after some time, I will correct the project. I will explain how I've done it. I will explain maybe a few other tips about this project and so on. So this is essentially the phase where you will learn Motoko the most. And then the graduation is the end of the week. So this is going to be this weekend. We have 1 or 2 days to build and deploy our own DAO. And this is going to be an open project. So it's not going to be correction. There won't be any correction. There won't be one solution. It's something that you have to do on your own. And if you manage to do it, you will receive your diploma. So some of you probably already have done the initiation at this point. Some of you, maybe it's the first time that you hear about the initiation. So don't worry about that. In any case, you have the resource to do the initiation either today, tomorrow, or later in the week. And for the training, I will guide you through every project. Graduation will be on the weekend. I can see the question already. All the rest is there to help you. So of course we have workshop. You will see the calendar. We have a workshop all the week. We have mentorship session. We have daily guides. So you will see we have a repository with a daily guides with resource. You can read, you can watch videos. We have everything that you need essentially to build your DAO. Some people, they need to read everything, like they need to look at every single part of the material. They need to read every chapter. They need to watch every video. If that's how you learn, then feel free to do that. Some people, they just need to go directly to the code. They just want to get started and they can do it without necessarily looking at the documentation, or they look at the documentation as they progress. Feel free to, do as you wish, as long as you complete your projects and submit them on the dashboard. I will show you the dashboard later. It's fine for me, like whatever is best for you. So the calendar is very important, and I'm going to share the link actually right now in the chat if you haven't accessed the calendar yet. So you can also find it on Discord on the calendar section. So here, make sure to store it somewhere, save it somewhere. So this is our calendar. It contains all the links for every session that you see. So the welcoming ceremony, the networking session that we will do in a few minutes, and all the other sessions. You have the link, just click on the event, and then you have the link to access it. If you want to add the calendar to your personal calendar, you can click here, and it's gonna essentially add this calendar to your personal calendar. I've already done it, so I'm not gonna do it, but this can be useful if you have if you're using a calendar, you want to easily access the session, you can do that. There are 2 sessions this week that are not really part of the bootcamp. So every session that you see with emoji, this globe emoji, this is part of the bootcamp. There are 2 sessions, deploy your first app in 1 hour on Tuesday and Saturday. Those sessions are the workshop that I do every week. So this is where I do the initiation challenge that I've mentioned. If you want to join, you can join, but be aware that this is probably something that you've already done at this point. So it's not necessary for you to join. It's not part of the bootcamp. It's part of the calendar because this is my work calendar, but it's not part of the lessons of the bootcamp. So just keep that in mind. Okay, then for each day you have a guides. I will show you that when we start the training. So when we start the project number 1, I will show you in more details, but essentially the guides contain a quick introduction about today and links to every educational resource. So it can be articles, other repository videos. And of course, it contains the requirements for the day, so what you have to do for each day. Each day you will have a project. As I've said, we have 5 Motoko projects that we will build together. Each project is a little component of the DAO that you will build at the end of the week. So essentially, you will build a token, you will build a voting system, you will build a small web page, you will build a data structure and a database for storing members. You will see that essentially the projects are more and more complex as we go longer and as we go about the days of the week. And yeah, they contains the necessary parts of the big project that you will build at the end of the day. So it's progressive type of projects. All those projects needs to be submitted on the dashboard, which I will show you in a few minutes again. Mentorship sessions. So mentorship sessions, we have one each day. They are 30 minutes to 1 hour long, and they are recommended for you. It's not mandatory, it's recommended. And essentially, this is where you can ask me any question. So if you are stuck, you can share your screen. I can help you with the code directly. I can even answer questions about how to find a job on ICP, how to raise money. Even if it's not directly related to Motoko, it's an open session. So any question is welcome. Also, if we are not in a mentorship session, but you have a question, feel free to use our Discord. So Discord is here, and you should be in the Discord. If you are not, make sure to join us. Yeah, I'll share the link. So in the chat. Okay, it's shared. You have this ask question feature. So you can click here and you can create a new post. So you can already, if you have a question like something is not working and you're stuck, you can take a look at the previous questions that people have asked. Maybe your solution is actually here. If you don't find it, you can say project 2 error, and then maybe the name of your error, and you can add a screenshot, write explanation message, and I will try to help you. I'm not always on Discord, but I'm trying to monitor it at least every couple of hours. So if you post something here, I'll try to answer as soon as possible, especially if it's about the training projects and you're stuck on something. So yeah, you can use this feature at any point, anytime. This was for the troubleshooting. If you're feeling lost, in the sense that you don't know what to do, you can ask your team. So we will build the team today. So you can ask your team, hey guys, what are you doing? I need some guidance. And you can also DM me. So you can find me on Discord. This is me. So I can put myself online, and you should see me on Discord. Well, you can also ask questions during the sessions, but you should see me on Discord here. You can send me a question. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I can't help everyone, of course. Like individually, it's gonna be hard because we are too many for me. But yeah, if you are really stuck and you don't know what to do, you can still send me a DM. One last thing, this bootcamp is partnered with Talon DB. So Talon DB is a recruiting agency on the internet computer that essentially connects developers with startups. So there are a lot of startups that have raised money or are in the process of raising money, and they are essentially looking to build their teams. And so Talon DB connects the bootcamp graduates to those teams. If you want to know more about Talon DB, once again, it's on Discord. We have this job offer channel, which is managed by Ben. Ben is the lead. So this is the person that is leading Talon DB. And if you have any question, you can reach out to Ben. Also, you can take a look at essentially the job offers that we have. I think Ben will come this week to talk about Talon DB and what are the current offers at the moment. But you can also reach out to him directly if you are interested. I have to warn you that it is probably more for the advanced developers. So if you are just starting out, like you don't have any experience with developing, it's gonna be hard for you to find a job in 1 week. Of course, we are not here to lie to you. This is more for if you are advanced developer and you already have a Web 2 career and you are looking to get into Web 3. There are really a lot of opportunities that are open. So yeah, if you already have like a portfolio and professional experience, really feel free to reach out to Ben because there are really good opportunities. So we are approaching the end of this presentation. I just want to remind you of what we need to do today. This is your checklist for the first day. So you need to register on the dashboard. Now it's time for me to show you the dashboard. I think most of you are familiar with the dashboard, but just to make it clear. So, oh, what's happening here? Okay, not sure what's happening here. Maybe, yeah. So the dashboard is essentially this this website. So this is the landing page for Motoko Bootcamp. And you have the login section, which you can log in if you have internet identity and you need to log in essentially. Let's see if I can log in with my internet identity. Yeah, seems like I can log in. Apparently there is a little issue with the website, so I need to check that, but this is the first time that it's doing this for me. And this is the dashboard. So the dashboard here, you can see everyone else, what other students are doing, the people completing the project, people joining the bootcamp. And this is where you have access to the resource. So I was saying initiation, training, this is project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4, project 5. So those are the recordings. Graduation, the recording is coming soon. And yeah, you have access to all the resources. So this is super important that you use this dashboard during the week. You will need to submit your project. I cannot show you, unfortunately, with this identity because I have already submitted my project. So essentially you have, yeah, it looks like this. You have a canister ID. So for each project that you deploy, you will have a canister ID. You need to copy paste this ID. This is an ID for your application. Paste it to the corresponding project. So if it's project 3, you will go to project 3, project 4, and so on. Then click on submit, and it will essentially takes like 10 to 20 seconds. And then if everything is correct, you can move to the next project. So this is important to use the dashboard, and we will also use the dashboards to make the teams. Don't try to join a team. Those teams are from the previous bootcamp. So I will reset the settings and we will create new teams together. And you can also access your profile if you want to change maybe your email or your username or whatever, you can do it from here. So this is the first thing, make sure that you are registered on the dashboard. Then we need to complete your initiation project. If you haven't done it, you need to do it today. So I think most of you have already done it, but just to make sure it's here. So you need to go to initiation, watch this video, click on start, and you will need to essentially complete the code that is here. So most of you are already familiar, but this is what you need to do. Submit it on the dashboard, and this is good. By the end of today, we will also review the initiation project just to make sure that everyone has completed it. You have joined your team, so this is something we will do together this afternoon. And of course, you are set up. So essentially, this is something we will do in the next, in the session where we do the coding session. So we have a coding session today. You will need to set up your environments. It shouldn't be something really hard, but we will need to do a few things together. And that's it. So this is the agenda for today, the kickoff ceremony, which is right now. Then we have a networking session in 5 minutes. We will essentially meet each other. So everyone will have a chance to meet other students. Then we will have this introduction with Motoko. So this is a first technical lecture. I will present what is the Motoko language and how to learn it. Coding session, we will build our first project, mentorship session, team building, daily recap, and mentorship session. So today is particularly long. We have a lot of sessions. The next days will be a little bit lighter, but today we have a lot to discuss, and we also have to build the team. The daily recap will be a moment for me and you to share, for you essentially to share feedback with me. So if you are stuck or if there is a problem, so I can make the bootcamp better. And the meditation session is something new. So this is the first time we are doing it. Let me know if it's something that is interesting for you. Essentially, we have previous students that reach out to volunteer, and he wants to do a 30-minute introduction to a meditative session. So this is something that we will do together. If you are interested to join, I will join because I like to relax after work, and I think it's great. So yeah, that's the program for today. Now, if you have any question, this is the moment. We have 5 minutes before we start the networking. So let me see the chat. I lost track of the chat. Do participants have to pay for Zoom, or is it only the host? No, you don't have to pay for Zoom. So you just have to join. You can join for free. It's not paid. When I try to register, it says on Zoom, account is not paid. Well, this is strange. I'll take a look, but does someone else have the same issue? You should be able to join as a guest. Yeah. No Zoom issues for me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but you shouldn't have to pay for Zoom. If someone asks you to pay for anything, this is not correct. So you can try to join as a guest. What time does the session end today? You can take a look at the calendar, which I've already sent the link in the chat, but I can send it again. Did you have any experience coding before ICP? So actually, I was not a developer before ICP. So it was like now it's almost 3 years ago, well, 2.5 years ago that I discovered ICP. And well, it was even before the Genesis event. So it was not even like the network was not even live. There was not ICP token. It was simply like the research phase. And I was so excited by the idea of ICP, like the concept of ICP and what it meant. So I decided to start learning to code. I was lucky because I studied mathematics before that. So that gives me, I would say, good basis on which to learn how to code. But I was not a developer. Like I really was not. I was not a web developer. I didn't know how to build a web page. I essentially learn everything from scratch because of ICP. And I think ICP is a really great way to get started in coding. If you are just new to coding, it's super, super interesting because you will need to learn traditional Web 2 developments, but you can, I would say, fast track your progress and directly learn on ICP. So this is something for me that is huge about ICP is the fact that it's completely, you can build your whole project backend, frontend on ICP. So you can essentially focus on learning how to do it on ICP. And yeah, like Motoko is a great first language. Of course, you also have to learn JavaScript if you want to build a front end for your application. And it will take time. Believe me, it will take a lot of time. The most difficult part is to get started. But then after that, it's really fun as well. I see there are lectures for each project. Will we have sessions with you? Yes. So each project, the 5 projects of the training, I will Essentially, we will do like 30 minutes where you have to code. So it's going to be like a challenge for you to code. And then I stop the session and I correct the session and I explain everything. He said that for me at first and then just went away. Okay, so I need to check into this Zoom issue. Any hands-on coding today, or does it start tomorrow? No, we have one today, actually. We have the coding session number 1 today. Is Motoko Bootcamp built on ICP? Yes. So the backend is built on ICP. The frontend is not yet on ICP, but it will be on ICP in a few months. But the backend, like so the dashboard and all the infrastructure is on ICP. So also the Motoko Bootcamp diploma is on ICP. Yeah, of course, we are using our tech. Is there any traditional coding that is worth learning? Yeah, of course. So traditional web development, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and one framework like Svelte, React, Vue.js. This is similar. Like it's also on ICP, so you need to learn that if you want to be a front-end developer. It doesn't matter if you are deploying on ICP or on traditional web too. And then the basis of computer science. So, like what is an algorithm, what is a function, variables, complexity of algorithm. This is still, I mean, it's always going to be something that you have to learn, even if it's on ICP or Ethereum or Web 2. It's just the basic of coding. So I think we need to install Motoko. So this will be in our coding session. I will explain how to get started. This is my work time schedule. Can I just join? I listen to you. Yes. I feel like I am in school again. Is this a good feeling or a bad feeling? I have no experience whatsoever in coding. The only thing I'm a little worried about, but I'm confident to get the help needed. Yeah, that's the good mindset. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Well, that's it for this session. Now let's move on to the networking session. So let me share a link with you. So you have it on the calendar, but you should join this Twine link. Okay, it's in the chat. It will essentially match you with someone else, and you will see a list of questions. So like basic question about yourself. It's gonna be like for 5 minutes, and then you move to another meeting. The goal is to get you to know each other, and know why you are here, what you want to build, and I'll also be in this session. All right. Good luck. Feel free to reach out if you are stuck or if you have a problem, and see you in the next session. Bye.